Alright, so this one is it's pretty complex, right? We're looking for a design that shows depth and volume. And so we have to consider shading, and we have to consider how the texture is using. Now texture, I want that to be sort of a natural thing in here. If it feels like it's forced, then we need to tone it down. It's like a lot of times things feel very flat because people just like slam texture onto it. But there is some subtlety that needs to be used. So um, let's see. I don't know. The first thing we can do is I don't know, just spheres are sometimes fun things to work with. I'll do it off the design here for right now. Let's see. All right, so what I'm doing here is I've created a half circle, just made a circle, used my white arrow tool, tapped on that point over there and cut it. I'm also going to turn the stroke off on this one here. There we go. So now in theory we've got just half a white circle. You can take these and you can go into the effects menu and you can do the revolve tool. Now what revolve does is it finds one side or the other and it revolves the shape around it. So if we do the left edge, so here's the red edge, we do the left edge, we should get a sphere. Okay, right? Because it's spinning it around that sort of axle right there. And so, we can change the light. Oops, no, that's not the light. Ignore that. Oops. Here, let's back up. Do that again. Go 3D, revolve. There we go. Okay, so 360 degrees. Preview. There we go. Okay, so now we can open it up with more options. There we are. I knew it was in there. We can change our lighting. We can change the ambient lighting, how much is going on around there, how sort of how direct that is. Black we're going to use as our shading. In full color designs, you can use different things. Change our highlight intensity. Doesn't look like that's going to affect it too much. Highlight size, I think I want to bring that down a little bit. And then up. Blend steps. I mean, you can get super smooth. That's going to eat your computer's performance though. So I would say be careful if you're going to do that. All right, so then there we are. So now we've got a shape, and it is only that half shape, but it is it's rendered into a full shape like that. So we can scale it, hold the shift key, right? Oops. Get back here. Come on. There we go. All right, so we've got those now sitting in space. Similar to the texture assignment, I think probably starting off on a dark ground is probably the way to go. You see a little bit of an edge there, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. So this is where we then start applying what we learned in the reading about diminishing scale, focus, and then we play with the software. Like this guy here, can we blur it? It would be a little bit blurry if we are off in the distance. You don't want it to be exaggerated, but okay. And then this one here will blur it, but we won't blur it quite as much. See, so now this one's nice and sharp up front, and there we go. I'm going to copy and paste that background because I want to make a gradient on there. So let's go gradient up here to gradient. Oops. Get out of here. There we go. Yeesh. Okay, so now we're looking at the fill. I want to go with the radial. Bring I'm going to bring the black in. I think. Now let's do it this way. Okay, so now I've got ourselves a gradient there. I'll stick it on there. We'll see what happens. I'm not convinced that's the right way to do it. So let's back that up. Come on, get out of there. Okay, let's go with linear. I think maybe that's going to be where it happens. Good. All right. Change my mind. I think what it is I don't want white in there. There we go. That's going to be better. There we go. That's what we're talking about there. So now that's going to give us, there we go. All right, so this is obviously way too simple to be a finished product, but the idea is there where you know, the value sort of changes. You've got focus changing, and then you know, we can start to figure out how to add texture into this. But I just wanted to give you just a quick start on that. You know, and then sort of where the cropping would happen in the end. Doesn't really matter what that flipping mask on top looks like. But then there we go. So that's a good beginning. Okay, and then we got to figure out what to do with the negative space and how to apply texture. So anyway,